Hello and welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I have started explaining uh, on Windows Server 2022 and how you have to work as a hybrid administrator. So as I said in my last video, this video I am going to talk about virtualization. This is very important topic. So let's start this video. So virtualization from Microsoft that we'll be using here is Hyper-V. And the first question that will come to you in the interview is what is virtualization? So virtualization is nothing but in a simple terms, you will be having one physical server and we can run multiple instances of the operating system on top of that physical server. So that is very simple word virtualization. So VMware actually is the pioneer in virtualization industry or market, but Microsoft Hyper-V uh, is also having the popularity in the industry. So here we are actually will be using Microsoft Hyper-V. Hyper-V is actually a server role, and we have to install this role in order to make use of this virtualization. Uh, so this is what virtualization is, and virtualization is basically, if we are talking about from a technical point of view, virtualization is actually the taking out of the or abstracting the physical resources from the operating system. If you are abstracting the physical hardware or physical system from the operating system, then what you will be able to do is you will be able to you will be able to differentiate from the operating system. And what you can do, you can make use of the operating system in the different physical system. So that is actually called server virtualization. There are many form of virtualization, for example server virtualization, desktop virtualization, presentation virtualization, application virtualization. So I will touch upon on these virtualization, different forms of virtualization here. So here in this video, we are more concentrating on server virtualization. So Hyper-V is the server virtualization tool. So uh, if we are seeing the market that VMware is the king of virtualization normally, and they are the pioneer in the industry. They have actually released the first version of virtualization software in the or hypervisor in the market. For Microsoft version of virtualization, which is called Hyper-V, actually they have released the first version of Hyper-V in 2008 server, and they made some huge leaps and bounds in uh, Windows Server 2012, 2012 R2, and in 2016 server they have actually took the virtualization to the next level. Now they are actually competing with VMware at the moment. So with this server virtualization, what we can do is that we can actually take one physical server and we install the virtualization server role, that is Hyper-V, and we can have multiple operating system running on top of that hypervisor or physical box, which are actually called virtual machine. And this way actually what we can do is we can reduce the cost, and we can utilize the server resources to the fullest. So this is what all about the server virtualization. There are some more virtualization form of virtualization, for example application virtualization and presentation virtualization and desktop virtualization. uh, Presentation virtualization is nothing but what we normally see in RDP services, remote desktop services, Microsoft remote desktop services, which is nothing but actually what we can do is that application will be running in on server on one machine, and what we can do, we can simply sharing the screen information to the other computer. So this is the way we can make use of the presentation virtualization. So friends, the next form of virtualization is the application virtualization, which is also called Microsoft AVV. So here, what happened is that it's an actually a application virtualization and application streaming solution from the Microsoft. So what happened in this form of virtualization? There will be one central server, and in the central server, application will be installed, and AppV client should be installed on the client machine, and from the central server, application will be streamed real time to the client machine. This is how it will actually works in simple language. The next form of virtualization is the desktop virtualization. Instead of the server, we are using the virtual machine on the server. We will be using the virtual machine on the desktop computer. So on the virtual machine, operating system and application will be installed, and one of the example of this virtualization is Microsoft Virtual PC. Now the question is, how are you able to run multiple virtual servers on single physical machine? This is because of the Microsoft Windows hypervisor. So, what this Microsoft Windows hypervisor does is, uh, it's a thin layer of software that sits between the hardware and your operating system. It's a mechanism that actually isolating the different layers of or different partitions of Hyper-V. Here, one more important point I want to discuss regarding Hyper-V features, and this question can be asked. So there are approximately 20 features are there in Hyper-V, but if you are able to name at least 5 to 10 features, then that is fine. So what are those features? Those features are actually uh, automatic virtual machine activation, fiber channel, dynamic memory, Hyper-V nesting, network load balancing, network isolation, shielded virtual machine, shared virtual hard disk, quick migration, uh, virtual machine snapshot. So these are the features that you can discuss if you are getting this question in the interview. Like, tell me what are the features of Hyper-V, and I am not going deeper into this topic because this is very vast subject, Hyper-V, and it's separate subject. And in this video, we are concentrating more on Windows Server 2022. So I think this is enough for this topic, Windows Server 2022. In the next video or in a different video, I can also share some of the more technical details of these features of Hyper-V. Um, so these are the features of Windows Server Hyper-V. Another important point is regarding Hyper-V architecture. You should know that Hyper-V is actually based on microkernel architecture. So, what is this architecture is? This architecture consists of hypervisor, parent, partition, and child partition. So, Windows Server 2022 operating system will be running in the parent partition, and whatever virtual machine will be running, this virtual machine will be running uh, in their own partition. So, those are child partitions. And if we are talking about what are the guest operating system support, what are the host operating system support for Windows Server 2022, standard and data center edition only supports the host operating system. And for guest operating system, for server operating system, Windows Server 2022, Windows Server 2019, Windows Server 2016, Windows Server 2012, 2012 R2, Windows Server 2008, CentOS, Red Hat Enterprise Linux 5.7, 5.8. These are the operating system it can support as server operating system, guest operating system. And for client operating system, for guest operating system, Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 8.1, CentOS, Red Hat Linux, Enterprise 5.7, 5.8, etc. For the list of supported operating system, it is better to refer the latest list from the Microsoft portal. So these are the supported operating system. One more way you can set up virtualization, and that is in the cloud, that is in Microsoft Azure. So this is almost same like how you are configuring and how you are setting up in Windows Server 2022. Only the thing is the creation of virtual machine in Windows Server 2022 and Microsoft Azure is different. So I will actually show you how we are actually installing Hyper-V role as well as configuring the Hyper-V and creation of virtual machines, and also how you are configuring the virtual machine and setting up the hybrid environment with Microsoft Azure in future videos. I hope this video is informative and helpful for your career and your job. If you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get the notification. Also, like this video, share this video with your friends and colleagues. Thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.